Penny Jake, the tribe has spoken.
Fuck you, Kevin.
Aw, fuck you too, sweetie.
I'm JJ, one of the original Tribe of Nerds members. You can catch me on Marvel, Pokemon, and other gaming podcasts.
What up? It's Josh, resident superhero nerd, but I also dabble in the occasional super villain as well.
Some may know me as the Chaos Gremlin, but really I'm just Joe King.
Pikachu, use Volt Tackle! Good job, Pikachu!
On the Tribe of Nerds.
Gunlock's throwing a tantrum again.
Trying to remember what he saw.
Excuses.
You better press that button.
Jack didn't give a shit about the button.
They're so cute.
I'm sick, and I'm dying.
That's one way to turn down our proposal.
Yeah.
Did you push the button or not?
Oh my god.
You're
such a little shit.
The poor little baby walk, he wants to know. Just let him know.
And Miguel,
happy with himself. Jack has zero riz.
Michael's back.
He's back.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Tribe of Nerds. Michael, Kristen, Kevin, and I are here, as well as our special guest for this week. You've seen him on Survivor 1 through 50 in the Amazon podcast. Brandon is back to talk about Lost this week with us. So welcome, Brandon.
I'm really excited. Love
Brandon's
Lost.
a huge Lost fan.
Yeah.
I get this.
So
Greatest show of all time.
Yeah, we're here to talk about the greatest show of all time, season 2, episode 19, S.O.S, the Rose and Bernard episode, and it's a lot of emotions in this one. So.
Possibly also the inspiration for Rihanna.
Possibly. You do bring up. There's a lot of heartfelt moments in this episode. Which I can't wait to dive in with you guys. But I actually have a lot of fun facts for this episode, some of which I just learned for myself. So I want to see if you guys actually knew these things. I'm going to bring up, we haven't brought this up in quite some time. We've talked about the light and the dark. We had the backgammon of it all and the shirts that people are wearing. It's the rocks in the sand this time, bringing up the light and the dark. So the black rocks on the white sand. We also have our numbers as usual. 4 muscles were gotten. Kate got 4 muscles. We have 4 weeks for Locke's leg to heal. Bernard mentioned 15 people were willing to help him, and now he was down to 4. And the big one, Michael returns after being gone for 8 episodes. So that one wasn't technically in the episode. That's fun fact.
That's funny.
The 2 that I just learned. There was a deleted scene here, which I'm actually like, wow, we should have kept this. I think this is one they should have kept in here. Rose and Son had a moment where they were talking, and Rose revealed that she had a daughter that has since died. I know, it just adds.
I never knew this.
Leave Rose alone.
This is what I'm saying. It adds more to Rose's storyline, and I was like, oh my gosh, it makes it even more tragic.
But I don't want Rose to have suffered, so I choose to think that didn't happen.
It's true. I would never want to see Rose sad, but I feel like that was just wow, that hits you even harder with Rose in her life.
Yeah.
The other one, this one is also very, very sad. The events of this episode are loosely based on the life of L. Scott Caldwell, whose husband had cancer and died a year after marrying her.
Stop.
Oh, so sad. Very fun. Just like again, all the emotions of this, but it's like to find out that it's loosely based on something. Like, good God, it makes it even more tragic.
Really sad.
Yeah. So
well, it makes sense why she gives such a powerful performance. I mean, she can draw on something real like that.
Always.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we love Rose. Like, let's not even get this. Like, we all
Love
are
Rose
fans here. She, again, proving that Rose is like much needed. She shows up randomly and she steals the show every time. So let's dive in, shall we? Unless there's something anybody else wants to mention.
Kristen said that, and then she's going to make her her least favorite character. Just wait.
Well, I just wanted to say it's nice to get a Rose and Bernard episode. We've been waiting for a very long time to finally get them, like, their backstory, and so I was very, very shocked when to learn what we know now about their backstory, and it's not something I was expecting. So,
even though Kevin technically ruined it forever ago, but thank God Jake didn't hear it.
Or I just didn't understand what was happening.
I was ranting about Locke. You probably just half tuned it out. It's fine.
I was ranting about Locke.
None of us listen to you when you talk about Locke. All right.
Shit, I'm usually right.
Jumping.
That's not why I listen.
Jumping straight into this episode, we have obviously the aftermath of this giant pallet of food coming down from the sky, and I love this moment that, like, Bernard, you could just tell, is like in a bad mood. He's just automatically in a bad mood, and Rose is just being Rose. And he puts the cereal with the can. She's like, "No, those go on the left." He's just, "What? Where'd the food come from, Rose? Why are we making a kitchen and a pantry? Like, what is happening here?" He is beyond fed up at this point. And it's, I mean, we're going to get to kind of, again, like the story of like why Bernard needs to be like fixing things and whatnot. We'll get there. But I mean, also, again, the point, like, we've brought this up before. They kind of have forgotten to like maybe try and get rescued. Like, we know we had the raft and things like that, which is also mentioned in this episode. Hurley points out, which blew up. But with that, I can see definitely being fed up at this point. Like, they've kind of just made themselves a home here and have kind of forgotten about getting rescued. That jumps us over into the hatch where Kevin's favorite, Locke, is sitting there just drawing away, trying to remember what he saw on the wall during lockdown. As the alarm button sounds.
Lockdown.
With that, Jack, of course, being his Jack self, came in and was like, "You gonna push your button there? Okay, good talk." This is, again, I like that there's always like these little digs between Jack and Locke, because Jack has said time and time again, "I'm not pushing your stupid button." And so he just like comes in to like put a little dig, a little salt in the wound for Locke to be like, "You gonna push that button? Because I'm not." Yeah. Okay, cool. With that, Locke does push the button because he is a good little soldier. And we see that Jack and Anna come up talking, and we find out that Henry has stopped talking. Henry is no longer talking. He's no longer eating. Henry is done for. He is like, "Nope, you're not getting anything else out of me," because I definitely was not prepared for you guys to be digging up graves and looking in wallets. He was not prepared.
You guys crossed the line when you dug up that grave. I'm not talking to you anymore.
How dare you?
How dare you? But Jack walks in and has a conversation with Henry. Listen, I'm going to point this out because, you know, I hate Jack. What happened to the bedside manner that you have and the do no harm? Because there was a lot of harm happening by this doctor, ripping bandages off.
He's another.
Hey, do you think that people want to like treat like gunshot murderers and things like that? And doctors do not, but they still have to do it. Do no harm. Anyway.
I like that you're siding with the other over our protagonist.
Yes, I am, because Jack has horrible bedside manner.
No, it's, my job is basically to teach medical students how to have bedside manner, and Jack has none. None.
Thank you.
What are you looking for, Kevin?
I'm so glad that Brandon's here, another person to be on my side, and that's.
Okay, I'm just looking for where the fuck you find the audacity for this. But go on.
Did you break it?
No.
He might have.
No.
It back later.
Fine.
Listen, you know what? For hating on Locke so much, he is very much like him throwing tantrums all the time. But with that, we're moving on. That he says that he's going to make a trade. He's going out to the line that they are not supposed to cross, and they are going to make a trade. And when they get Walt back, nothing he can do about it. And as he's walking out, Henry gives a little like, huh, and he goes, I'm sorry, did you say something? He goes, they're never going to give you Walt. So I'm going to stop there because we had kind of a bigger opening here versus like other, instead of just jumping into a flashback, which I normally do, but like this was kind of a bigger opening. So Jake, we're coming straight to you. Obviously, your first time watching it. Walk us through your feelings and thoughts on this opening.
Yeah, I mean, again, John Locke throwing a little tantrum is funny. It's always funny to see him throw a tantrum. And
much like Kevin just now.
I was being dramatic. I was not throwing a tantrum.
No, and I am Team Jack here. He's just doing what he needs to do and changing this guy's bandage, and he's another. So, you know, I don't think we need to be careful with this guy at all with this wound. Like, I think we can just be, you know, quick, rip the Band-Aid off and fix it. And then, yeah, just like, everything with Henry Gale, like the little mannerisms are just so creepy and good, and Michael Emerson does a really good job. So I really liked just seeing him just like scoff at like the notion that the others would even give Walt back. And then we're gonna see like his sly smirk later that we'll get to, but it's just really, really good stuff. So
yeah, I mean, the way Michael Emerson goes from being Henry Gale and then he drops the character and now he gets stone-faced, like, oh my god, he's so good. He's so good.
He's legit my favorite actor of all time. He's so good. In everything that he's ever in, he's the highlight of it. I do like, going back to the beginning, you said Bernard needs to do things, and that's going to be a recurring theme of the episode. I do like that this is an episode of Bernard taking a bit of a leadership role, and there's parallels between Bernard and Jack. You know, Jack's a doctor, Bernard's a dentist, semi-doctor, and they both need to do things. They can't just let things be. That they have that about them. So there is like this weird similarity between those two characters, and they both kind of suck as a leader.
Yeah, Bernard's leadership skills are lacking.
Yeah, Bernard definitely has. Well, I mean, so again, the defense that I would make for Jack is that Jack didn't ask to be the leader. They said, you be our leader because you're the doctor. And so he's like, I guess. So that is the defense I'll make of Jack, is that Jack wasn't like, everyone follow me. They were like, we're following you. And he was like, oh, shit.
But for somebody that doesn't want to be the leader, he always wants to be the leader.
When he's not the leader, he bitches about it. Like,
oh, I wish you'd been here before now, Brandon.
I'm so glad that Brandon's here today. This is so great.
Kevin's not.
I don't think he bitches about it, but whatever. You guys are mean to Jack, so it's fine. I am obviously a big fan of the Widow Baby Walk tempo tantrums throughout the whole episode. It's just poor baby walk. It just makes me so happy. And I love Rose and Bernard. I love Rose and Bernard. We got like a couple of like super cute love stories from this show, right? We get like Rose and Bernard, we get Sun and Jin, we get Claire and Charlie, right? Like we get a couple of like just like they're really cute. They're really cute. And they're just so cute together.
Yeah, like when Charlie tried to drown a baby. He's so cute.
He was saving the baby.
He was not trying to drown the baby. He was trying to baptize the baby.
He was trying to baptize.
He was afraid that something bad was going to happen to the baby, and he needed to protect the baby. He was also like dream walking.
I want to bring up too, again, like with bringing up Bernard and Rose, it's very much that they're totally like the married couple, right? Arguing over like the most trivial who cares where the cereal is? Like random food just dropped from the sky. Like where doesn't really matter, but it's like these little things that like not on a desert island or deserted island would they be fighting about these things of like, that's not where it goes in the pantry. Well, no, you didn't put it in the refrigerator correctly, or you know what I mean? You know they fight over where things go in the dishwasher.
Oh yeah.
Right. That's what I'm saying. It's just great because it does not matter. They're not at home, but they're still very much like who they are.
I do empathize with Bernard in this situation though, because like it is kind of weird. Like they've all just accepted this. They've got a kitchen. They're putting their food up on the shelves.
Right.
Like wait, we crash here. We do want to go home, right? You tried one thing, and now we're just living on the island. Like,
and I think people
it
forget
feels
that
like he's taking
Bernard's a
crazy
Taily.
pills.
Like they went through some shit. Like,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah,
but obviously people on the beach did too, but like, you know, they haven't had it quite as bad as Bernard, who's like, get me out of here. Like,
Right. Yeah, no, I was definitely gonna bring that up because it's like we also forget that like compared to the tail section, they have been living a life of luxury over here. So I mean, like obviously maybe it's a little bit further from the minds of our main people that we met from the get-go versus like Bernard and the Tailies that, well, and Eka, who's off just building a church, and Anna Lucia just being Anna. But I mean, Bernard is like dead set of like, I'm done with this place. Like, this place has done nothing for me. I'm glad you guys are having fun, but I'm out. I'm done. So
yeah. It's also funny just seeing a bunch of random new characters that we've never seen before. So.
Name dropped.
We need the Kroger backstory.
We do. We need a good Kroger. Anything else from this section before we move on? All right.
I will defend Locke briefly, just because I do understand the frustration of like it's Kevin. Shut up. Like he sees this map, for 20 seconds, and then trying to replicate that in when he was trapped under a door with his leg in pain. And who knows, it's the next step in the puzzle of what's going on. There's so much information there that he wasn't able to quite take in, and trying to replicate that while also kind of losing faith in things and not being sure of himself. I think it's like, again, just like an unraveling of Locke in this moment.
If only there was like a person on the island who like had previously helped other people with their memories and could like maybe help him, work on his memory.
Unlock 30 seconds of a blast door.
No, I'll back you up, Michael, because also, like, he spent weeks putting the numbers for this damn button, and then Ben is just like, no, I didn't do it. I just sat there. Like, and he's like, what? Excuse me?
Thank you.
You didn't do it? Like,
but yeah, if only there was someone who could help him remember. But, Locke's just got to keep everything a secret to himself, because only Special Boy Locke can know.
I like that you just went back to it.
Oh yeah, no, I was making my point. I want
Your
to make
guys' whole thing didn't even happen. He just paused and then just
Nope, I went back to it. I wanted to make fun of Locke.
We know. All right, going into our first flashback of the episode, we see a car stuck in the snow, and then obviously we find out very quickly that this is a Rose and Bernard episode, which yay for all of us, because like we need more. I mean, definitely need more Rose. Bernard, you're okay too. But we see that Rose has gotten herself stuck and Bernard is trying to help her. She wants nothing to do with this weird dude that's at her window. But she is going to allow him to help her. She wants to call AAA. He's like, why? Like, I got this. Let's do this. He falls in the snow as he helps her release her car. And then they decide after all of this that they're going to go have coffee. This is what we call a meet cute, if we've ever seen one.
I knew you were going to say that.
Best meet cute ever. It's just so adorable. But this is how obviously Rose and Bernard have met and their love story begins. Going back to the island, we have Bernard. He has come up with a brilliant, beyond brilliant idea, and he's going to enlist everyone to help. So he's like, Hurley, get Libby, get all these people, meet me at the tree line. We got a plan. Rose is like, what are you doing? He's like, we're going to get out of here. Got an idea. We have Jack heading out to go trade or talk about trading. He walks up to my man Sawyer, who's giving Kate so much shit, and I love it. But he walks up to them and says, hey, I'm going to go out, and I want you to come with me. And Sawyer's like, yeah, I knew you'd ask me. He's like, no, not you. I'm talking to Kate. Behind you. That one.
Love it.
Listen, also, we have to mention the best line, here comes Dr. Giggles. It's fantastic. If there's a nickname of all nicknames, there it is. Dr. Giggles is here because we all know Jack is definitely not Mr. Giggles.
It's my favorite Sawyer nickname in the entire show because it's so perfect. And his delivery of it, like, so done. Just like, here comes Dr. Giggles. It's like,
but as Jack walks up, like, all mean and stern. So Kate and him are going to head out to go and talk to them about this trade. Bernard's plan is coming into more full steam here. He's like, here's what we're going to do. We're going to get rocks. We're going to make a sign. They're going to see it from the sky. It's going to be a grand old plan. This is how it's done. I love that Rose checks him. This is where she brought up,
you're a dentist.
Maybe we should talk to Jack about this. He's like, well, Jack's he's not the president. He's a doctor. She's like, bro, you're a dentist. Like, you need to chill it out. Rose very much clocking and checking Bernard. And then they have a discussion that's like off to the side. He's like, I love that he's like, Rose, let's talk over here, but not far enough away, because Rose is literally handing him everything and saying, you are giving these people false hope. Lots of faces around them like, oh, she might be right. Maybe we shouldn't be doing this. Should we do this? I don't know. I'm going to leave that there to kind of go through. Jake, where are your thoughts? We get that adorable meet cute to see how these two met. And then going into this story of this massive rescue plan idea and going out to make a trade. What's your thoughts?
Yeah, Bernard and Rose, like this whole thing, this whole first meeting between them is just so adorable. Like I feel like so many of these interactions in this episode are just amazing, and like I love this them together. They're just perfect for each other. And you can see just how much Bernard cares for her, even as he says, like meeting her like 5 minutes in, he knows that he wants to be with her. That's just so awesome. And then, yeah, this rescue mission to get Walt back, like, I really like, the thought process behind this, because they know they can get the others' attention, by going to this line and possibly negotiating. But obviously, you know, I think it is crazy if they think they can get Walt back so easily. But I get where like Jack's thought process is that they can trade this guy back who seems like he might be very important to the others and their plans, whatever their plans are. So it just makes everything more interesting too. So I'm definitely curious how this is going to kind of factor in and play out moving forward.
I don't know about you guys, but I remember being so shocked. I assumed that Rose and Bernard had been together for like forever.
Yeah.
I didn't expect it to be this. They met when they were older, and it's a very recent thing. So that was the first thing. Lost likes to do that. It gives you the big shocking things, and then there's just these little ones where you go like, huh, didn't expect that. So yeah, I like, and it's just makes it even more adorable that like they found each other so late, and we'll get into their story as we go, but I just think they're both amazing. I don't like that Rose knocks Bernard's confidence. Like I get that she's wanting to stay on the island, but it's like she just goes out of her way to undermine him when he's like passionate about something and invested in it, and he's excited about it. Like, just let him do it. It's not going to work. It doesn't matter. Like, just let him do it.
And I got nothing better to do, right? Yeah, I mean, the actors just have such good chemistry, the two of them. And, like, it does feel like they've known each other forever. And even, like, you know, going back to when they introduced Bernard, and she keeps talking about her husband Bernard, and then you see who it is, and you're like, oh, him? Like, yeah, I love them together. They feel so real. Like, they feel like that's a couple that you know, where he's bickering, but, like, the love is always there, you know. Like Jin and Son have like peaks and valleys, but like Rose and Bernard, the love is always there, even when they're bickering or arguing. And also, I just want to bring up another all-time line is Hurley's. Yeah, I've been on a diet of fish and water and fish and water.
I'm so thrilled about it.
Yeah.
They're dieting.
I actually like Bernard's basic idea, right? Because like, you now know someone has been overhead. So make like, a high contrast, like we know from watching old seasons of Survivor that like, yes, when you like create letters, like people notice those because those are not natural. So like if we can make a big sign in the shape of letters on the beach, like someone will eventually oversee this and find us. Like, I think he has a good basic idea. I just think his leadership skills are terrible.
And Bernard's seen the craziness of like someone like the others, but I don't think Bernard's seen the true craziness of the island to where he's given up that hope. Like our survivors know that like there's 1,000 miles. Of course, there's monsters in the jungle. Like I don't think Bernard's seen anything where he's somewhere crazy other than just an island where they could potentially still get rescued.
Right. But yeah, his leadership and management skills are not so great. And yeah, I think it's like kind of interesting, the kind of misdirect of like, it seems like Rose is just kind of being mean to him, but then we find out by the end of the episode, like, actually Rose very much wants to stay here. Like, please stop this, Bernard, because she does not want to leave.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I will. There's very rare times that I can bring up a flaw with Rose because we've seen her time and time again, just being that person that people need. Like we saw her with Charlie right after he was hung by a tree. Like just these obviously beautiful moments from Rose, but to pull like this in front of everyone against Bernard, like your husband, is kind of like a dick move. Like it's definitely should have been her like, hey Bernard, like, can we talk? Let's take a walk, you know, like let's talk this out thoroughly together. But also, I mean, she knows Bernard like the back of her hand too. Like once he gets an idea in his head, because again, we're gonna get this backstory, there's no talking the man out of it. So I mean, it kind of is like a can't win, lose situation for Rose here. So I understand.
And like her lie about being fixed by the guy in Australia is also tied into this, which like we don't know yet at this point in the episode, but like
yeah,
we don't need $10,000. He can keep it. We're good.
Honestly, I side with Rose in that.
Anything else on this section before we move on?
You're not going to like this, but I do like that Jack made Sawyer completely worthless and took away all his value. Like it is satisfying that like Sawyer thinks he's
the way that line came back of when I want a gun, I'll get a gun, and then he did.
Yes.
Brilliant.
Like
so
Sawyer
satisfying.
thinks he holds all the cards in that situation. Like he's coming to Sawyer for help. He needs a gun. He's like, no, I'm coming for Kate. I already got a gun. I don't really need you. Like, bye, Sawyer, and just leaves him.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. He needs humbling from time to time.
Listen, as much as I love Sawyer, I also too love when Sawyer gets it, like when Hurley attacks him in the. Listen, I live for those moments too, because Sawyer, as much as I love him, is a jackass, and it's not the reason why I love him. But it's like he definitely, you know, trying to feel like he was in control here. He's superior, and Jack immediately shuts it down. And his face on it is like, oh shit. You know, it's like his famous line of son of a bitch. You know, he was saying that under his breath. It was definitely happening. But yes, moving on, we have our next little flashback, which all the feels start coming to head in this flashback. They're at Niagara Falls. She's enjoying the view. He has no idea what she's even talking about. And she picks up on it. She's like, hello, hi, I'm across the table from you. What are you doing? And lo and behold, we find out that he has had this brilliant plan all along. And these musicians come over and play. He gives her this beautiful speech of this beautiful, beautiful proposal. And she goes, yeah, about that, can't do it. I'm dying. Like, if you're ever trying to get out of a proposal, that's your excuse right there. But he obviously is taken aback by this. He sits back down like, wait, what? What's happening? She's like, my doctor, you know, I was in remission. I was fine. Now it came back. It's worse, which most cancers are when they come back from remission. It's kind of not very good. And she says that her doctor's given her about a year, maybe more. And good old Bernard, ready to kill us all with these heartstring pulls, is, I asked you a question. What are you? And she's like, are you sure? Like, it's the most like, oh my God, like beautiful moment of like, I don't care. I don't care that you're dying. I love you that much. Like whatever time I have with you, I can't wait to spend it with you. And it's just Bernard setting the standards very high for all the men out there. Like that's how you do it. Good job, Bernard. Going back to the island, we have Bernard coming up to Echo. I love how he's like, spend all this time with the guy. He doesn't write.
You don't
right. Echo's like, he's like, hello, Bernard. up? I'm just chilling. He wants him to help. He's like, I'm busy. He's like, what are you doing? Charlie's like, building a church. And he's like, a church is like, this is worse than the kitchen. Like, what are we doing here? And I love this line by Echo. People are saved in different ways. It's a gut punch, like, again, to just like, hey, you may want to be saved this way, but I think that the people's souls and salvation on this island are worth saving more. And it's just, again, Echo coming in with like a 1-2 punch with his lines here. And it's just a very powerful line too. We do get Locke, again, Kevin's favorite, now actually full-blown tantrum, he's crinkling up his paper, he's throwing it. He wants to talk to Henry, and Anna is like, no. Talk to him through the door. We're not doing this. We're not opening the door. Talk to him if you want to talk to him. And this is where we get just the diabolical Henry of Locke is like, dude, hey, seriously, I'm gonna really need to know if you actually push this button. Like, hello? Are you there? Bueller? Like, anything? And we go into there, and Henry is just like,
I don't even show his whole face, just the smirk. Just
yes.
It's the Grinch smile, like slowly.
Yes. We do see that Bernard is starting to, with what's left of some people here, he's lost some at this point because of Rose. But he's carrying in some rocks. He's like, here's what we're gonna do. We got all these big black rocks. We're putting them across this whole beach. And you guys, the rocks are a half a mile in. You're gonna have to carry all these rocks. While you guys are doing that, I'm gonna trace the letters. I love Hurley. He's like, I can trace the letters. I'm Hurley. I'll trace the letters. I'm good. I'm really good at drawing, guys. I don't do the rocks. But this is kind of where we're gonna see that Bernard isn't so great of a leader, because he is basically like, I'm gonna do what I want to do for my plan, but you guys are gonna do all the heavy lifting to execute my plan. And it's not so much of a teamwork thing. And so this is where we see Bernard kind of falter a little bit. So Jake, walk me through. We have a very beautiful, beautiful flashback, and then walk us through what's going on the island for you for a first-time watcher.
Yeah, so that flashback, it's pulled at my heartstrings for sure. Like I was actually not expecting that revelation that Rose has some sort of sickness, and so I was a little shocked, and just like it was just adorable. Bernard, like, he does not care that he might only have a year with her. Like, he's going to make the most of it, and as you said, and you know, it's not gonna deter him from proposing to her. So I thought it was so adorable. And then I loved this moment of, like, again, John Locke is so bothered by Henry Gale, and just wants to know if the button was pushed or not, and never getting an answer. Like, I just love that Henry is playing with him so hard. It's so wonderful.
It
All
really
of us
is.
love this moment. Even Michael loves this moment, that he is just getting one over on Locke time and time again.
I mean, I do love Henry. I do. I can't deny it. Yeah, Locke, he does make it easy. He does. But it, again, without even a line, like Michael Everson just steals the scene. It's the most evil smile I've ever seen a human being do. Just the slow pan down to this smile.
Yeah.
I really love, because I am not a Locke fan, I love how a few episodes ago he was talking about, there's someone in my hatch, right? My hatch. It's John
Finders
Locke.
keepers.
And now he has no control over what's going on in that hatch, and it just makes me so happy. It just makes he's on crutches because the hatch attacked him. He is like, Anna Lucia won't open the door. Henry Gale won't answer him. Jack left him so that he can go off into the jungle. Like, it's just so satisfying. Makes me so happy.
Wait, hold
I'm
on.
glad a broken man in pain brings you peace, Kevin. I'm glad.
He's fine. He's fine.
Wait, I have a question. You're not a Locke fan? Where is this coming from? This is like out of left field.
I know, this is news to you. Yeah,
talking about
surprise,
multiple
shocking
times.
moment, shocking reveal here on Tribe of Nerds. I am not a John Locke fan. But it's just,
Oh my God.
it's so satisfying. Like, no, there's somebody in my hatch, meh, meh, meh. And now, like, oh yeah, who's hatch?
Oh,
Who's in charge here?
we'll get to it later on, but I love like how this has caused him to not even want anything to do with the hatch at one point. Like, it's so hilarious.
I don't even want to be in that hatch anymore.
That
He's
is
having a crisis of faith, so why can't we have some empathy for the guy?
No, but actually, that part's really funny because that one is a full blown tantrum. He's like, "Don't, me and the hatch are done." Like,
I broke up with it.
we're definitely gonna get there because I'm sure we're gonna have lots to talk about with that one. But yes, moving on. So we get our next flashback. This is obviously after the wedding. They're driving around again. Very, very much married couple. You're lost. I'm not lost. You're definitely lost. We should be asking for directions.
They said the thing. They said lost.
They did. They are lost. They are lost and lost. But she's talking about how she wanted to be on a beach somewhere for their honeymoon, which, ironic as it is, this is technically their honeymoon, and they ended up on a beach. So
I mean, technically, she got what she wanted.
She got what she wanted.
They both got what they wanted.
Yes, most definitely. So when she finds out that they've made it to civilization, she's like, great, now we can ask for directions. He's like, we didn't need them. I don't need directions because this is where we're going. I wasn't lost. I want to tell you about this guy. And she is immediately pissed. She's like, you brought me to a faith healer? Like, how dare you? And he's like, no, listen, I started talking to people. She's like, what do you mean? I didn't ask for this. And this is the first time we really see Rose raise her voice. Like, who knew? Sweet, like, calming Rose that's what sets her off. And she's not about it. She wants to just live her life, spend it. He's the one who told her at the proposal, I don't care how much time I've got with you. I want to be with you. That's totally fine. Here she's thinking they're just going to go toes in the sand, drinking mojitos, and he has a whole nother plan. With that, jumping back to the island, Sawyer, of course, won't help, but Sawyer never helps anybody. So I don't know why Bernard really thought that Sawyer would be all about helping, because Sawyer is always about Sawyer. We've got Rose bringing, like, he goes over to Rose, like, look at what you've done. Like, I have 0 people. No one wants to help me, all because you had to bring up all this stuff. She goes, that's because you're always trying to do something. And this again brings us back to this entire episode of that he's always has to do something. He never can just let it be. And we're going to get to that at the very end where he is going to eventually like just let it go. But in this moment, he's like, no, like I tried to save you in Australia. I tried to save you here. Like all these things. And she's like, you're always trying to do something. This fight is like, it's kind of like a fight where you're like, wait, no, not Rose and Bernard. Not Rose and Bernard. No fighting in paradise. What's happening here? We go to Jack and Kate. They have obviously set off on their trek to go make this trade. And they're just doing all the things. They're chatting it up. She's bringing up that she saw the beard and the clothing and all these things. They get caught in a net. Literally caught in a net because why? Kate's an idiot and picked up a baby doll.
Are you new here, Kate? Are you new?
Thank you. Thank you. Like, I'm so glad that Brandon's here because he apparently is on my side all the time. But yeah, okay, random baby doll. Yeah, let's pick it up. Kate, come on. So yes, they immediately get caught in a net. And then again, I love this moment from Kate where she's like, Jack wants to get the gun out. She's able to get it. And she's like, what are you going to do with the gun? He's like, I'm going to shoot the rope down. She's like, I'm a better shot than you. I told you I went hunting. I'm really good. And then she misses. Bitch misses. Lets everybody know they're on their way. Hey, we're out here. And Jack goes, let me get it. She's like, you have a better angle. I love that he clocks her on this. And he's like, that's going to be your excuse when I actually hit this thing. He does hit it and they fall out of the net, if you will. I'm going to stop it here because this was kind of a bigger section for the beach area versus a flashback. So I'll stop it here to get your thoughts, Jake, and then we'll jump back into the beach. So what are your thoughts on this?
Yeah. So, I mean, again, more layers to Rose and Bernard's relationship and how Bernard is of like, he really wants to get this done. He wants any way to help Rose out and like get back to normal life. So, I mean, everything he does is for her, really. It's So I think that's great. I mean, he's not just doing something for himself. So I thought that was great. And then the Kate and Jack stuff, I do find it hilarious that like she brags about how being such a great shot and then fails. Like that's why I would never really try to brag about being so good at something, because you never know. And so and I also just love how they like position themselves. They get caught in the net where they're like literally in like a position to like kiss, and like I don't know, it's just like it's
Jack
really
still
funny.
can't get it done.
Yeah, he's still not doing
chance,
great.
Jack. It's your chance.
So and then even with her like rustling around his pants for the gun, so it's really, really funny. But yeah, and Kate, yeah, just dumb picking up a random baby doll in the woods. Like, come on. All right.
Yeah.
Come on, Kate.
So
I can't defend
Go right
Bacon
ahead
the
and
Baby
try
Doll.
and defend her. Go right
No,
ahead.
I can't defend Bacon the Baby Doll.
Wait, I'm
That's
sorry,
bad.
Kevin, you're a Kate fan?
I generally like Kate. I know no one else does, but I generally
do.
like her.
I've had your back on that a few times.
One only I need to agree.
There's no defending Picking Up the Doll. Like Kate,
Yeah.
come on. I do think the shooting, like we're meant to laugh at her a little bit, but like I think we do know she is a better shot. Like
Also an
she
impossible
missed by
shot
a
to make.
lot. She missed by a lot, and I think that she really did have a bad angle. Whether or not she would have hit it, is up for debate. But like, maybe not. But like, she was way off, and we know that she's a better shot than that. So like, I think there is some like teasing Kate written into that scene. I do think in the flashback.
Tell the guys in the bank how good a shot she is. She incapacitated all those fools.
But yeah,
She needed that airplane.
She
you
needed the airplane.
can't compete with a rope though. That rope, man.
She's in a net. She's spinning.
We know Kate's weakness is ropes.
Ropes.
But no, I think the way that they set up Rose and Bernard, they do a really good job of making them both make sense. Like even though they're disagreeing, neither one is wrong, right? Like he really is just trying to save her. Like he's doing anything he can. He will spend every cent that he has because he loves her and he wants to save her, and that's what he's going to do. Whereas she is like, I have already come to terms with this. I've already made peace with it. It's going to happen, and I want to enjoy the time I have left. And if I only have 6 months left, I don't want to spend 6 months like schlepping across the Australian outback, to find a faith healer. I want to spend it with you. So I think it does a very good job, even though it's a short kind of small scene, of like making both of them sympathetic and making them both make sense. So, and it just makes me love them more. I just love them both so much.
Yeah, and Rose's line when she says, you always need to do something. Why can't you just be? Like, I really feel that. Like, that's like, ambition's not a bad thing, but sometimes, I've heard this in my own life, you gotta look around and be happy with what you have, not try to do everything else. You know? Just be.
Oh, yeah.
Just be happy. Just be in the moment. Like,
yeah, I'm definitely a doer. So, like, I get Bernard wanting to do, like, try everything. Like, go until you can't go anymore.
I really like in this episode as well that there's, in the flashback and on the island, there's this play of the levels of where you are in the process of something, where Rose is at acceptance and Bernard is at denial. And then that also translates to on the island when it comes to rescue. Rose has accepted the situation and Bernard is still in denial. They're at different positions in that process. And it's not till the end where they finally come together and get on the same page. I just like that that's two completely different stories, but they both have the same through line of this difference of where they're at.
Yeah. No, I agree. I mean, I even later on in my notes, I literally have Bernard in denial. So it's funny that you brought that up because, yeah, it's definitely true. I'm only, you guys hit all the like major points. I want to hit the one point that also makes me laugh with Kate being an idiot. They get when they're in the. I love Jack and this is where I say I love Jack. I know, shocker here. I love Jack when he is like, "Are you okay?" And she's like, "Yeah, I'm good." And he's like, "Oh, good, you can hear me," because he was literally like,
so funny, so funny.
It makes me laugh. Oh, good. I'm glad you can hear me.
Yeah.
Jack is more low-key funny than he gets credit for.
It's
Jack
like,
has a lot of good
Such a
lines.
bitch. Like,
it's like the moment when Hurley's like screaming, "Don't light the dynamite!" And Locke's like, "Yeah, whatever." Oh my gosh! All right.
I have one last thing on this because I think it's one issue I do have with Lost, and I think it happens a lot. They do kind of cover it up with Kate's reasoning, but there is such a huge communication issue on Lost where they just do not talk to each other. And the fact that this is where Jack is first learning that the others are playing pretend, that they have costumes and fake beard and beard glue and all this stuff, and the other hatch, like, they are in this together, and so many things could be solved so much easier if they just talk to each other. And no one ever fucking talks to each other.
Yeah.
Just talk. It'd be so much better for you all.
Yeah, I mean, Kate says it straight out that she's being petty. That like she doesn't tell Jack because well, you didn't tell me about this thing, so why should I tell you? I mean, that we could save lives. Like,
well, I also I do agree with you, but I also disagree a little bit because again, we're thinking we're not this far into even though yes, we're we feel like it's been forever. Timeline on the beach. These are people were all strangers, so I can understand kind of somewhat holding your cards to yourself because you don't know actually these people. We talk about on Survivor and Big Brother and stuff this is a different kind of relationship because you're with these people 24/7 versus you know what I mean? If you were dating and you randomly see them every couple days, on a date or whatnot. But so I do agree with you that yes, they should be communicating because this isn't just an everyday situation. They're trying to survive on this island. But also I can understand them because they're all still pretty much strangers at this point of trying to hold some cards close. But yeah, for the most part, I do agree with you because let's survive this island, please. Moving on, we get back to Bernard's little plan of action, and it's only Jin. Jin is only there because Jin has no idea why people are leaving because Jin has no idea what's happening. And I love this moment that finally, because Bernard is such a tyrant when he's trying to be the leader, that even Jin basically cusses him out and is done. And you definitely know the moment where he's like, "I quit." It's what he said in Korea. And it's hilarious to see that Jin was literally only there just because he wasn't understanding why people were leaving. And you're still such an idiot that he ends up quitting too. That's pretty bad. We get to this again. These moments where really Rose shines, and she walks up and Locke is there, and she's like, "You're my spot." Okay, I didn't know we were doing a whole Sheldon Cooper here, but on the island, that is her spot. And he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I can move." She's like, "That's all right." And they have this nice little conversation that Rose typically has with people when they are in crisis mode. He is Locke, of course. This is his actual tantrum. "I'm done with the hatch. Did me dirty. I'm done with this hatch." And she's like, You're just upset. It's okay, Locke. Let's talk this out." And we get to where he's like, "Can't even do anything. My leg's all busted up." And she's like, "You'll be healed in no time." And he's like, "Jack said it's going to be all this time. It's going to be 4 weeks." And she goes, "You and I both know that that's not true," which is our first little snippet of wait, what? What are we talking, Rose? What are we talking about here? What do you mean? Because at this point, we don't know. We don't know that Rose has been healed. So it's kind of that first little Easter egg of wait, what does she mean by that? What does she mean by that? And I think that was a good little throw in by Lost to be we're going to tell you by the end of the episode, but you're going to think here for the next 30 minutes. And I just think it's kind of a beautiful moment again that Rose, not with Bernard so much, but with everybody else, she's very able to calm the situation down, be that listening ear, and be that support system. We go back to the flashback. She has agreed to meet Isaac. She's agreed to meet the faith healer. She walks.
Who's just a white guy. I thought he was going to be like a indigenous person,
Aboriginal person,
right? That guy looks like he could be at my next family reunion. I was like, bro. You're a faith healer?
He's just a white guy.
Just a white guy. Just Boone.
Generic white guy number 5.
Business.
Right.
You're the healer of Uluru? What? What's happening here?
But she does walk into this room of thousands upon thousands of lockers and crutches and things on the wall and letters from people, and she's looking at all this. And Isaac comes in and says, "Hey, how's it going? I'm Isaac. Let's heal you." But he brings up a moment that he says there's different energy spots around the world where he can channel this energy. I love that she also is so skeptical that she's like, "What are you gonna do? Chant?" Every time she thinks of, like, says that, like, now, this is not when I first watched this, but I instantly go to Betty White and Sandra Bullock chanting around the fireplace, and it makes me just giggle even more. But with that, he's like, "No, there's no chanting involved. There's this energy spot. There's tons of these places around the world, and that's how I'm able to channel this energy, and I'm going to heal you." He puts his hands around her, and then nothing happens. He goes, "I'm so sorry. I cannot heal you. This is not the right place for you, though." She's like, "It's okay. It's okay." He goes, "No, you're not listening. This is not the right place for you. There's tons of energy spots around the world. This is just not it. And I'm so sorry. I'm going to give you your husband's money, or give your husband's money back, the $10,000. And she's like, "We're good. It's fine. I'm sorry. I don't have an extra $10,000.
I've never turned down $10,000, Rose.
in my
I
life.
need to think about that again.
Turns out they didn't need it. They're gonna crash in like a day. So
In a day anyway, but yes. But she says, "No, I'm going to tell him that you healed me." Because this is what she kind of wanted. This is the moment of like, I'm going to tell him that you healed me. I'm going to live my life how I wanted because he won't ever stop. So I'm going to live my life. And then one day I'm just going to croak, which also is a real, again, another dick move by Rose, because like the man's going to think that you've been healed and you're going to up and die out of nowhere. He's going to be so distraught. It's so messed up.
So they can enjoy the time together.
I
What
understand.
Rose should have said was, he can collect the £10,000 after I go, as like a something.
Sorry,
to
I lied.
ease the pain.
Sorry, I lied to you about that. But yeah, no, I mean, I get where she's coming from. This is like, she wants to live in this moment and have this happy honeymoon phase with him, where she knows he'll never quit. I love even this moment that she's looking out at him, like looking at this broken little girl, and she's like, "Gosh, he's such a good guy, but he's doing things that I don't want to do because I've already, like Michael brought up, I've already accepted this." And so, as dick of a move as it is, I get where she was coming from to like let it go. So with that,
I do not think it's a dick move at all.
Oh my God. If you up and died after you thought this person was healed, that is such a dick move. Anyway, we're going to talk about it. Jake, that's where I'm dropping it off. I'm dropping the chain here. Pick it up and talk to us about this little section with Locke and Rose, and then this flashback.
Yeah, well, so at first I thought when she's like, "You and I both know it isn't true," and then they go to the faith healer, I'm like, are we going to find out John Locke also went to this guy? Like, that was my first thought, was like, they both went to this guy, and this is how, magically they're both healed. So that was my first thought of what happened. And then he said he couldn't help. So I'm like, oh, that can't be it. So that happened. And then, just the fact she's going to keep this secret. I did find that a bit strange, to be honest, of like, you're not going to tell your husband of like that you aren't okay and that, you might die. And like, and I don't know, I would have told him, but, so yeah, that's kind of my thoughts on that. So, and generic white Australian man, number 5. So
number 5.
I'm sure he's a lovely person.
I agree with Rose completely. I think that was that was the deal they made, and she look the island's going to come into play, and she's going to be okay, but she knows she's going to die. Mm-hmm. And like, what if that's going to happen anyway, and there's nothing they can do? Like, why have those last months be filled with, stress and misery and pain? Just enjoy the life that you have together. I think she made the right decision there completely. And it kind of worked out.
I completely agree with you, Michael. I think that was absolutely...
Look at us.
Aside from John Locke, we get along so well, Michael.
For the record, I'm not disagreeing with the moment, because we know that Bernard will not quit. And like Michael said, he knew about, like, he's the one who continued with the proposal anyway. She even said, "Are you sure?" So yes, I 100% am not disagreeing with that. I do think that she should have done that. However, it is still a dick move to lie, and then she's gonna croak, and he's gonna be like, "What happened? Why is she dead all of a sudden? She was healed by the faith healer in Australia." You know what I mean? So you can still agree with it, but still admit that it's a dick move.
It is.
No,
I don't think so.
I don't think it's a dick move. I think it's incredibly sweet and endearing, and now he can spend all that time. His doing energy can go towards doing things, making
Doing
everyone
Rose.
together.
Doing Rose, yeah. That's what
Doing Rose.
Yeah.
I remember. So here's the thing: I'm the person who, like, I am a people watcher. So I'm at the airport and I'm waiting for the plane. I'm noticing all the people who are getting on the plane with me. And so it's always been crazy to me. Like, it was always crazy to me that, like, all these people did not recognize, like, wait, this person that got on the plane in a wheelchair is walking around. Like, what's happening? Right? Like, that was always, like, a crazy thing to me. I'm like, I don't care how big this plane is. No one else recognized it. So as soon as Rose said, like, you and I both know, I was like, finally, somebody else saw him in the wheelchair. Oh, I've been feeling like a crazy person watching the show for that specific reason. Yeah, like, so as soon as she said that, I was like, thank God, someone noticed he was in a wheelchair before.
I'm
and
not
like,
an observant person. Not once in my life have I noticed someone on a wheelchair on a plane. Not once. I would recognize none of these people.
I do love that scene between Locke and Rose, though. Like that moment of realization, like, wait, you know that Batman meme, like the "Does he know?" It's like that. Wait, does she know? I will say, I think because when we got the plane flashbacks in Exodus, I'm pretty sure Locke's put on the plane first because he's in the wheelchair. So he's the first one on there. So people going on the plane wouldn't have known he was in a wheelchair, but it's whether they interacted with him like in the lobby beforehand.
Right.
But I just love that scene between them. And you and I both know that's not going to take that long. And Rose, out of nowhere, it's like a really unexpected reveal that Rose is probably the last character that you expect to be tied into like the mythology of the island and the healing of the island and what's going on there. And this connection that she's had with Locke and not said anything, and she knows that he's walking around when he shouldn't be. Like, I love that it's Rose. I just think it's such a beautiful little connection in that moment.
Yeah, I also want to bring up that connection because it's funny because Kevin's brought up all the times that Locke is like, he holds his secrets and he's the special one. But in that moment, and I think it is because it is Rose, that instead of being like, how the hell does she know this? It's more of like, oh my God, she knows this. She knows how important this is. Like, and I think that that's kind of, again, to prove how important Rose is to all. Like, again, we don't get her a lot, but like, she's been very important in a lot of these characters' stories because she's there as that comfort support system, you know? And so it's not like a Locke that we typically would have gotten of like, oh my God, how do you know my secret? I have to like kill you off and throw you off a Nigerian plane. Like, it's like, oh my God, yay, somebody knows. Like, it's like one of those moments. So I think that that was just kind of a beautiful moment too, is a special, like very subtle detail that was put in there, but like something that was noticed for sure.
Mm-hmm. I just wanted to say, do you think Rose or Bernard, would you do the same thing Rose did, or would you not? Like, let us know in the comments.
Yes, I would keep the $10,000. That's what I would do.
I mean, I agree with everybody. I probably would have done the same thing Rose did. I'm still calling it out as a dick move.
Yeah.
One last thing on Isaac before we move on. It's like Isaac, like I do feel we went through this with the psychic.
I was gonna say Richard Malkin. Yeah, I've thought.
Yeah, Rich.
I'll save it for the spoiler.
Yeah.
I think I do think that this guy is legit. Apparently, he just deals in legs because his walls are full of crutches. That's the only thing he can heal. Locke should have went to him.
Right.
But I do like this idea that he is in tune with some kind of, source of energy, and that could be related to the island, that this energy on the island is seeping out elsewhere, and he's found his way to a place where he can, I don't believe any of this in real life, but within the world of the show, I think it makes perfect sense that he's actually legit, and this just wasn't the place for Rose, but he is managing to heal people. And I just like that. It's just this little character that's thrown in there that does actually tie into a lot of the mythology of the show.
Yeah, for some reason, when I was remembering this episode, I thought that the guy she goes to see is the psychic Richard Malkin, and when it wasn't, I was like, oh, it's not Richard Malkin.
Yeah, they're very similar, like, styles of character, yeah.
Yeah, very much. Generic white guy number 4.
Yeah.
Going into our next scene on the beach here, this is where we do see that what Michael was talking about. This is where Kate is revealing all these things, and Brandon, you brought up too that Jack's like, why didn't I know about this? And she's like, when you decide to let me back in the club, now who's throwing a tantrum? Okay, Kate, calm down, killer. But she like brings up that she's literally like withholding information just because Jack is mad at her. It's like, this is again so trivial and stupid.
But why is Jack mad at her?
Well, that's a whole nother story because I can't. Listen, I have to pick my.
I'm gonna make a note. You keep talking. I'm gonna make a note so I can come back to this.
I actually don't remember why.
I've stamped it because Kevin's gonna have a meltdown. Anyway, they do reach the line of all of the where all the things. It's amazing that Jack, again, this attention to details. He's like, this is where they brought you out. This is where I dropped my guns. This is where all this. And it's like, okay, like this is like non-important stuff to remember, but I'm glad you remembered the line. Like, I don't think you needed the placement of all the things that you did, but kudos to you for remembering that. He begins yelling. And again, we brought up this camera work of like circling around. It gives very much like, I know what you did last summer. Like, what are you waiting for? Like, it's very much esque of that. And he's yelling for them to, I'm here. I'm right here. I want to talk. Let's go. I know you're out there. He's just antagonizing them. Like, I know you're out there. You said you were watching, so let's go. Let's come on out here. Leaving him from screaming, we get Rose being so cute. She brought Bernard dinner. She's like, sorry I didn't believe in your little plan, but here's some dinner. Like, peace offering. But this goes to a very emotional moment here between these two. And it's going to kind of tie into the end. So I'm gonna briefly go through it just because I know that we're going to kind of dissect this down a lot. She apologizes for lying to him. He's like, you didn't lie to me. She's like, no, but I did. Isaac didn't heal me. This place healed me. It's this place. I knew you, when you're sick, you know something's in you. You know that it's not right, and I don't feel it anymore. And Bernard's in denial. He's like, no, Isaac healed you. And she's like, no, bro, I lied. Like, I don't think you're understanding. I actually lied. And it kind of starts jumping back and forth to this airport scene of it all, of her getting her pills out and things, and where she sees Locke and how she knew that Locke was in the wheelchair, and we see that was kind of why she knew that Locke and her were different and how this island has healed them. Instantly Bernard goes, okay, all right, I understand now. We won't get rescued. We'll stay here. We won't ever leave. I'm so sorry. It's just, he just worked so hard to like build I also love that he throws it here. He's like, I would offer to take down the sign, but I didn't get very far. No, you did not. You did not.
He just drew an eyebrow.
Yeah. Right?
Just a random little line. But I mean, this is just one of those, again, like we got this heartfelt of the proposal, and now this is back to that like very heartfelt moment of him being like, okay, you're healed. I guess I don't have anything to worry about anymore. But like him to come to the realization that like, it's not always like Bernard, he wasn't the one that's doing this. Like, he is always doing something, but guess what? You didn't need to do those things because it all worked out in the end without you doing the things. And so I think that was like where this lesson is so beautiful in this moment of like, you don't necessarily always have to do the things because sometimes the things just end up working out on their own. I'm going to stop there before we actually get to the ending of this episode, but I know we're going to dissect this Bernard and Rose thing, so I wanted to briefly run through it. So, Jake, kick us off.
Yeah. The Rose and Bernard, again, like, adorable that even though she admits that she lied to him, he understands her and is just like, yeah, we'll work through it and we'll just stay here. Like, I think that's just adorable that, again, he's going to do anything for her. And then the dramatic camera work around Jack, like, I loved it. Lost just has unexpected like camera work that I guess you wouldn't expect from this type of show, and then they do something really clever and you're just like, wow, this is awesome.
Also on location in Hawaii. It's kind of impressive that they did that like in an actual jungle to get that
In
kind
an
of
actual
shot.
jungle.
It's actually really impressive. Yeah.
My question in Oahu is always like, did they plan for it to downpour or did it just downpour? Because I've been to Oahu, it just rains like out of nowhere.
No, but with this, I mean, Rose has always been in this level of acceptance, but for her to kind of come and be vulnerable with Bernard here in this moment, to be like, you're not gonna like what I have to say, but I'm gonna say it anyway, and then like let's move on. It's just, I think that it also proves that Bernard is, he's always a doer, but like he was so quick to forgive her. He was so quick to understand. He was so quick to be like, I love you so much, and like whatever you want, I get it. Like over and done with. We're here. We're doing it. And it was just kind of this beautiful moment where he was able to just instantly forget everything that he had just planned. Like he wants off this island so badly, but guess what? Now he understands Rose, and now it doesn't matter. I'm staying. We're staying. It's okay. I get it. And I just love that Bernard was able to, it's a huge thing to learn, especially in anybody's real life, like to be able to accept that quickly. Like that's unheard of. You know what I mean? Especially when he was just in denial like 2 seconds before this. You know what I mean? So I think that that's an amazing lesson to be learned by or taught by Bernard.
Yeah, I do love how, at first he's like, well, maybe you're in remission. And then she says, no, like I can feel it. I know it's gone. And like, even though he hasn't like seen the smoke monster or the polar bears, or any of this like crazy stuff on the island, he just believes her. Like he can hear from her, I'm healed by the island. And he says, okay, if you feel like you're healed, I want to be with you. I want you to be healthy. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's just hang. Like,
yeah, that was the thing that I was going to say before I got interrupted twice by phone calls. Like the thing that he's doing, like his doing is saving her. And so like she saved, then good. Then this is it. This is where we stay, because that's been the whole goal the whole time. So I just love it. It's just so adorable. I just love them so much. I did make a note so I can come back to it so I could argue with you about Kate.
Can't wait.
Because you're just a hater, Kristen.
No, she's an actual moron.
You're just a hater.
I want to join the Kate club. I'm on board.
Thank you.
She says because she says she would tell him, when you let me back into the club, right? Literally, she's been locked out of the hatch. She has not been allowed in, and Jack has spent all his time in the hatch. He's in there with Locke, and the two of them are holding hands while they argue about Henry over in the safe over there, right? Just like getting mad at each other and like Locke throwing a temper tantrum, and then he lets Anna Lucia in. Like, did he even know? Did he even know that she and Claire and Rousseau went off into the jungle? So like, did he even know about this? Because he's been so busy in there. So like, yes, absolutely. Should they have had this conversation? They should have had this conversation. Has Jack made himself available to have this conversation? Probably not. And like, I think it's fair for her to be like, I mean, what we were around to tell you.
Didn't they just have a moment in the jungle when they found the food? Like that was a moment that he was out of the hatch and that they could have talked.
Yeah, he was lying to her. He was like being evasive with her.
But I'm talking about Kate. He said she didn't have a moment to tell him.
And she calls him out to be like, you've been hiding this guy. You've been hiding this guy and you haven't told me, but you want me to tell you everything. Like, I think it's reasonable. I think it is reasonable, and that's coming from me who likes Jack. I think it's reasonable.
Reasonable is a strong word. Kate's being a child. Like, I don't care if you're being petty. I don't care if you're mad at Jack. Like, this is vital information that could save lives. Like, it's very important.
When was she going to tell him? He wouldn't let her into the hatch, and he was in the hatch.
They were. I just explained to you that they were just in the jungle together.
Okay.
They could both communicate. It's not
they
just
both are having communication issues, and he's clearly still lying to her. He's clearly still not telling her things, so she's not just going to immediately tell him everything because he's not telling her things.
I hate them both equally because they're both being stupid in this point. But I was literally pointing out a moment that this is a full-blown tantrum just like Locke. That she's like, you won't let me in the club, so I'm going to hold all this information over here.
It is a very different situation than Locke. Locke is literally crumpling up paper because his memory isn't working as well as he would like it to, right? He's literally going off to the beach to go cry, and he has to have Rose come rescue him. And Kate's just like, look, bro, you didn't tell me, so I didn't tell you.
I like how you managed to get things back on track by bringing up Locke. Like that'll reset the record a little bit.
It just resets it. It's great.
I will say on Jack, like I've mentioned it many times, angry Jack is my favorite Jack. He's so much fun when he's just in the rain screaming. They also use rain very cleverly in the show. It rains at very key moments, and this amazing scene of Jack just screaming for the others. It's like, I love him. I don't care what anyone says. I love Jack. He's such a great and interesting protagonist. And yeah, he's not perfect, but I just love him screaming and not giving a shit in the rain. Like, I'm here and we got to talk.
I'm telling you, man, it might have just been raining that day. I don't know if they planned. No, Jack is like, I mean, he's a deeply flawed character, but no, I'll always be on the Kate hate train. Jack is complicated. Kate's not. Kate is just annoying. Jack, like, there's levels to him. And when he's sitting there yelling in the rain, you can see the spit coming out of his mouth. Like, you feel it from him. You feel how badly he just wants to, like, make something happen. Like, he just wants to get Walt back. He just wants to find the others and, like, get one over on them, you know? Love it.
I also love that every time Michael's excuse for these people and their idiot behavior is they're not perfect. They're flawed people.
It's literally the concept of the show, Kristen.
I know, but it just makes me laugh. Because you can almost, like, if we have a counter from when we started till now, we would be in the hundreds for sure. We'd be like, they're just imperfect people.
Well, I think your counter of thirsting over Sawyer at any given opportunity would be way higher. So take it.
100%. I 100% agree with you on that. Sadly, the only time I'm gonna be able to thirst over him is coming up here in this ending. So with that, once obviously we have this Bernard and Rose acceptance of it all, we get perfect song to put on it. I'm sorry, but I felt like that was, again, the music, the camera work, the show like does it all. But I think that was a perfect, these arms of mine, like just them embracing and this beautiful like melody of a love song and all these things is going to bring us into our montage that's going to end this episode here. But we get Locke. He's back in the hatch. He's, Anna Lucia's like, push your button. He's like, okay, thanks. I'm going to remember things now. He's got a big smile on his face now. He's like ready to go. He's feeling all back to himself here. We get this Jin with the baby. Like, oh my God, this is such a cute, like he's literally like talking to her. It's like so cute. We also have Claire with the baby. Hurley and Libby are having a good old time, like hand puppets or shadow puppets, I should say. It's just a really cute montage to kind of go through the beach at this point, and we end with obviously Rose and Bernard like just embracing. And I mean, also this is where I get to thirst over my man. Hot, so very hot, and look at him cooking, and then he's so nice to the dog.
Vincent.
Listen. Did you notice that he wasn't like an asshole to Vincent? He's just like, here's your food, Vincent. Unlike some other people that are like, dog, I guess you want some water. But
she's dead, Shannon. Leave it. Shannon, I called you Shannon.
How dare you?
It took me a minute to realize where you were going with this, Kristen.
No, I knew that Shannon was coming.
I was like, who was? Oh, that's right. The one time that she didn't know what to do with the dog. That's right.
You're gonna make Vincent your least favorite character because he stole food off your man.
No, he did not steal. I could never make Vincent my least favorite because he did not steal. Sawyer shared. But anyway, we get to
the goodest boy there is. And I now too am thirsting over Sawyer because he fed Vincent and he's hot.
Yeah, he is very hot. We do end this montage with. I'm so happy Brandon's here. He agrees with everything I say. It's like the best day of my life. We end this montage with Kate and Jack sitting there waiting. We have Kate going like, how long are we gonna wait here? Because I have plans. I mean, what are you doing, Kate? Like, what do you care? Just wait there. Like, just be there. And Jack goes, as soon as I get my voice back, I'm gonna start screaming again. Like,
such a great line.
Yeah, that's classic Jack.
It's classic Jack. But all of a sudden they hear something. They hear something that's a little weird. We see a little fire moving. It's getting closer, a little terrifying, and whatever this is falls in front of them. They go. I mean, I love that Kate even like grabs a torch to like throw it.
Kate throws it into the bushes. I don't
right, like, in case it's somebody that's about to burn them with this torch. But they flip this person over, and our cliffhanger is it's Michael. He is back. After
dun dun dun.
Whoa!
That is the end of the episode. Jake, walk us through this final like little montage of it all and this reveal of Michael, your favorite guy.
Yeah, I do love Michael. Yeah, I it's nice to see him back after 8 episodes, and definitely want to know what's been going on, where he's been, because has this been the longest a character has ever been gone before?
The short answer is contract.
yeah, that I guess that is. But
yeah, I think Claire was back quicker than Michael was. So yeah,
Yeah,
it would be.
I'm trying to remember. I want to say she was gone for like 4 or 5. Definitely.
Yeah,
not.
it's something.
I mean, I suppose Walt, he's been gone forever.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Never mind. Walt's been gone for like
The whole season so far.
Yeah,
Popped up as a creepy spirit with water in his mouth.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
That is true. But yeah, it's nice to have Michael back, and to find out some more information potentially about where he's been. And I'm sure we'll get that unless it's like Claire where we have to wait so long.
Wait a season and a half.
Yeah, so I don't know. That's what I'm worried about. But and yeah, the montage is nice. It's nice to get another musical montage. I miss those. So
I love that Jake is like, if Lost makes me wait another damn time to get some information, welcome to our world. See,
yeah,
you
welcome
don't
to Lost, Jake. Have you seen the show before?
Like, you don't have to wait in between episodes. So this little, like, when they make you wait, like, just imagine how long it was. We had to wait when, like, a week in between episodes, months. Yeah.
I didn't watch it live. I binged all of it on when I was in
So
college.
we also hate you too, Brandon, in this moment.
Yeah, it was like right after it aired too. It was perfect.
Anything else on this ending?
I do like the moment of Michael coming back. Of like, it's very tied into the same way that Claire came back. You know, where she just kind of staggered out of the jungle in front of Locke and Boone, R.I.P. But I think it does lead to so many more questions, and Lost is so good at those endings, and they can't just end on a happy moment. I suppose it's happy that Michael's back, but you know, they have this lovely montage, and then they've got to have this big cliffhanger. And now, where's Michael been? And yeah, it always makes you desperate to tune into the next episode.
This is the first
you
show
don't
I
have to
ever
wait
watched
very long.
where I binged and like I had to watch the next one. It's like 3 a.m. I just saw Michael appear and I'm like, shit, I'm not going to bed. Like, I have to watch the next one.
It's like crack. It's very Moorish.
Yeah. Now, I often argue that Lost is one of the most important television shows of all time, partially because of these cliffhanger endings. Like, they bring you back week after week after week, and the serialized storytelling, the long-term storytelling, like, love it. Love it, love it, love it.
It's very good. It's the best way that I've seen it done in shows so far. Like, so good.
And so many shows did it after, but like Lost was the pioneer in terms of the way it told the story.
Yeah, well, because like, I mean, like the Marvel shows, for example, tried to, like the Disney Plus shows, they tried to do this with like their cliffhangers, and sometimes
not nearly the same.
No, I know. I'm saying that it's not as good as what Lost does. So,
all right, favorite, least favorite, and rankings. Jake, kick us off.
All right, favorite and least favorite. You know, I think just because I did like the plans that were made and everything, I'm going to go with Jack for favorite. I think him taking initiative, really, really good. But Rose and Bernard are like also honorable mentions. And then least favorite. You know what? Just because it's funny to see him throw a tantrum. Let's go, John Locke. So
I feel so vindicated. Thank you, Jake.
Team Kevin.
We discuss this. Don't give in to this man.
What about you guys?
I'm gonna. To me, it's a very 2-horse race between who is the favorite of the episode. I'm gonna go with Bernard. I think Rose shows amazing strength, but I just love there's like 2 punches in this episode from Bernard that I just love, and it hits me so deep. Of, you didn't answer my question, and we will never leave here. Like, he is just ride or die, and he's just so wonderful. I absolutely love them both. And yeah, this episode was long overdue, and it was so nice to see their story and it be, I think, a very complete story. Like it really tells you who they are and their entire journey together from start to present. So yeah, Bernard, for the first time ever. I've never done Bernard before. Least favorite character? Oh, I should have thought. Can I come back to my least favorite? I need to think.
I would agree. I would agree with Bernard being my favorite. I think especially because we've seen these sides of Rose. We know Rose is like a very like respectable, very intelligent, very caring person, but we've seen Bernard be more kind of emotional and like a little more like distraught and kind of annoying at times. And so to see him instead be like so loving and so caring, and to kind of contextualize a lot of that, like he really just does love Rose so much. And this episode endeared me to Bernard, whereas like for a while it was like, well, I mean, I love Rose, but why is she with him? But like this is why she's with him, because he's amazing. Yeah. He's just the greatest. So I'm Bernard. Shout out to Jack and Rose, but it's Bernard. And then least favorite, it's little baby John Walk, because poor baby. Oh, was Mr. Henry Gale, was he mean to you? Did he not answer your question? I'm so sorry.
Dear God.
Well, my favorite, just to upset Kevin this episode. I can't do it. I can't say it's a lock. This was not his best showing. But my favorite was actually Henry Gale. You know, he only has one line of dialogue the whole episode, and the way Michael Emerson just eats it up. Like, all he has, he says, they're not going to give you Walt, and just that smirk. Like, you know everything you need to know. Because you've seen Henry Gale for episodes, and him, like, messing with them, and the cereal, and all that, but then, like, he completely drops the act, and this is the real man behind it, and he's just so menacing, so effective. I love it. My least favorite is Kate, because she dumb. Like, you see the baby doll, you see it, like, you know it's not supposed to be there. You've met Rousseau, and you're still like, oh, why is this here? I'm just gonna pick it up. And also, Jack is dumb for, like, jumping and hugging her while she got caught in the trap. I don't know what he was trying to accomplish, but yeah, definitely Kate. Kate's my least favorite this episode.
I saw that coming.
She's dumb.
Michael, do you still need more time? You want me to go, or did you get your...
I can't pick one. I honestly don't think there's a bad character in this episode. I'll just go with generic white man number 5.
I was going to say, I thought you were going to go with that.
Oh, that's so funny, because I was going to make generic white guy number 5 my favorite. No,
yeah, I quite liked him. I don't know why I picked him, but I couldn't pick anyone else.
He's willing to give them the money back. Like, he's like, I'll give you back your $10,000.
He's a good guy.
He's nice. So, I mean, as much as I would want to, it's got to... Did you do that on purpose? No, as much as I want to, I always will want to make Sawyer my favorite, but I cannot this episode.
He did feed Vincent, though.
I mean, he did feed Vincent, so it is worthy, but I cannot, because I too am going to pick Bernard, which I thought I was going to pick Rose, but I'm not. I'm going to pick Bernard because I too am a doer, and I want to fix things all the time. I'm not one that can typically let things go. And the fact that he is that type of person, but because it's Rose, he let everything go so quickly, is just like true testament to Bernard and how amazing he is. Plus, again, like the whole, like, you didn't answer my question. Like, oh my God. Oh, cannot. Least favorite character. Oh boy, so many. Kate, Jack, Locke. There's so many to choose from. So I'm gonna do a 3-way tie between all 3 of those idiots. Okay. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
All right. Well, I guess we're moving forward to the episode rankings. Where do we stand, Michael?
I don't imagine we're breaking the top 10. I'll do season 2 and then we can decide from there. Our season 2 rankings so far are Lockdown, Orientation, The Other 48 Days, Man of Science, Man of Faith, The Long Con, The 23rd Psalm, The Whole Truth, The Hunting Party, Maternity Leave, One of Them, Dave, Adrift, Collision, What Kate Did, Abandoned, Everybody Hates Hugo, and Found, Fire and Water. It's getting a
So
long.
Everybody Hates Hugo is criminally low on this list, and that's upsetting to me.
Good season.
All right. I think this is not going to break the top 10. As horrible as Bernard and Rose are, and as intriguing as Jack's negotiation plans are, I'm probably going to say like 14, 15, maybe a little bit higher, but not.
Brandon, what you will experience here is that Jake doesn't actually rank them like which one is better than which. He just picks a number that he thinks fits that episode. So it doesn't matter what is above or below. He's like, yeah, like 14-ish.
Well, I know it's not going to be in the top 10 of these episodes. I don't think it's as bad as like And Found, Fire and Water. Like, I think it's better than those, for example.
So to put it to reference, I will put it above Dave.
I like Dave. Wait, where's What Kate Did? What number is that?
Way down.
What Kate Did is number 11.
Okay.
Of season 2.
Yeah, I put it above What Kate Did. I don't like that episode.
What Kate did, where we find out that she
Killed her father.
Killed her, what turns out to be her actual father, because he's abusing her mom, and
Kate's tripping and seeing a horse in the woods. That one.
Good stuff.
I would say this episode kind of reminds me of the like the Sun and Jin episodes from season 1, where like I love them, but like I think so much else happens that like is like mind blowing. That this is like I love it, but I don't know that I would put it in the top 10. I don't think I can justify.
I think the problem is that the flashbacks are very endearing, but the on-island stuff is just like, okay, like they're trying to make an SOS. Like there's not that much happening. You know?
Right. Well, yeah. I mean, the whole thing is, aside from a couple of scenes of Kate and Jack, and then Locke having a temper tantrum, the whole thing is Bernard and Rose's story, and then like that Rose is healed by the island, right? Like that's the reveal. So like, yeah, there's not much happening on the island because like the island and the flashbacks are both telling the same story. But yeah, I do love it. I love it. It like is one of the episodes that almost makes my cold dead heart cry. If I had tear ducts, they might function for this episode. But I don't think I put it in the top 10.
The reason why I put it above Dave is because what you're kind of saying, Kevin, is they're very much kind of the same episode, if you will. Like we're getting a lot of the flashbacks of what not, and then we end the episode with like a cliffhanger. Like we got the whole like, oh my god, Libby was there, and then it's like, oh my gosh, Michael's back. For me, Michael coming back is more intriguing to me than Libby being in the hospital with Hurley. So like for them to be pretty much parallel of the same episode, when we're getting Rose and
that makes sense.
Story and then Michael's coming back, it has to be above Dave for me. But I don't think it goes any higher than that. But that's my personal preference.
I think this episode most compares to Adrift. I think this is a really good character study rather than a very important episode for the mythology. I think it's a really good character study of Rose and Bernard, and Adrift was very good at just looking at Michael and Sawyer and what they did on the raft.
And Susan being the worst. Yeah.
The what?
We don't bring her up.
Okay.
Bring who up?
I missed a lot.
Susan.
Oh, fuck Susan.
Oh,
yeah. We finally had it
Susan.
out there, yeah.
Ding, ding, ding.
I think I enjoyed the sweetness of Rose and Bernard a little bit more than Adrift, so I'd put it just above Adrift, which would be the new number 11.
I'd put it above Adrift too, yeah, for sure.
I guess that works. I'd probably have it a little lower than that, but I'm okay with it.
Yeah, so I mean, it would drop down a little bit, so we could have it like, on average, maybe a place or two lower. It would be.
What's under Adrift?
Collision. Who is Shannon?
Is that the Shannon flashback?
Favorite episode. It's my favorite.
That's the Shannon.
That's Ann Lucia flashback.
Oh, nah, I don't care about that.
Dang. What did Michelle Rodriguez ever do to you, Brandon?
Shannon.
That was
of all time.
That should be the number one just because we got rid of Shannon, but Oh
my god.
Yeah, I mean, officially, like, because I know that Jake and I placed it a little bit lower. You guys are placing it a little bit higher. So, like, on it, like, just put it, like, 2 in between both.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
I mean,
outside the top 10.
It's not breaking top 10. So
Yeah, no, that's fine. All right. Well, season 2, episode 19 of Lost, almost there. About to finish season 2 in a few episodes' time. Pretty exciting to see what's been going on with Michael, but I'll let you guys get.
You have no idea, sweet innocent Jake. You have no idea.
You sweet summer child.
Sweet summer child.
My sweet innocence. All right. Well, with that, I'll let you get to your spoiler section, and we'll see you all in the next episode of Lost on the Tribe of Nerds.
Fuck you, don't walk. I'm so sorry.
Hello, everyone. We are here for the Tribe of Nerds after Jake, the spoiler section of Lost, episode 19, S.O.S. No, it is not a Rihanna song, which whoever made that joke, hilarious. But
it was me. It was me. Who else do you think would make a joke?
Actually, I take that back. It was not hilarious anymore. It was so stupid. With that, we have very few things to spoil about this specific episode. It's more the ending of this episode, which we'll wait till the end of that one. But let's bring up Rose and Bernard. He said that. What?
You have to warn them to leave, Kristen, if they haven't seen it before.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, yeah.
I'm so used to
Leave. Like, comment, subscribe, and then leave if you haven't seen all of Lost.
Yeah, get out of here.
Because this is our warning to Jake.
This
is our warning to Jake. If you started watching this to add it onto the video, stop now.
Yes, so sorry. Honestly, they should know better at this point. Like, just get out. Like, this is a spoiler section for a reason, but it's the entire series, not just the episode. So, with that, that's been plenty of time now. All right, Rose and Bernard. They brought up we're never leaving this place, and they never do.
They never will. When fake Flock comes back to like threaten them, they're like, "We're not scared of you." Rose has her long hair; it's amazing,
right?
Yeah, we're just living our island life,
right?
I brought it before. My theory was that Rose and Bernard were going to be the skeletons in the cave.
That would have been dope.
Stuff like this really solidifies that. That would have been a really good twist of like, they got trapped in time and
Rose and Bernard are the heroes of the show because they adopt Vincent. That's what.
Thank you. I was so gonna bring this up that I love that they're living their best life with their pet Vincent, and they're just like in their little shack. It's adorable. They are over the people. They want to be alone.
They don't want any part of the drama of the island. They just want to live in peace.
Yeah. In fact, when they come back, like when they do see Juliet and Sawyer and all them again, they're just like, leave.
They're gone for seasons, and they're like, "God damn it!"
Right. They're like, we're not happy to see you. We left flaming arrows, and we never wanted to see people again. Like, why are you here? But yeah, they do. It's again another beauty that he gave up all of that because he knew that was where they were supposed to be. So
I just love it. I love them both so much.
We love a Rose and Bernard. I love the idea because we know that we're about to I have to talk in code because somebody just walked in beside me. But we know that we're going to lose some very, very serious people towards the end.
Some serious
people.
I'm glad that they never chose to take out Rose and Bernard. Like, just let us live the fantasy of them out on the island, living their best life with Vincent. Like, I love that we have at least that little glimmer of hope compared to what we got yet.
There is a lot of drama, but overall the island is supposed to be a good place, and if you just live and exist on the island, then you can just live and be happy on the island,
right?
Like Rose and Bernard.
I would have gone into more spoilers of that, but I had somebody that walked in that's not there yet, and so I can't go into
your kids.
Yes. So I can't go into who I'm actually referring to in the spoilers.
But we know.
We know.
The candidates.
The candidates.
Yeah, what's kind of weird is I wanted to come in and be like, yeah, they're the only recurring characters to get a flashback. But in season 6, I guess they just make everyone main cast. Like Rose and Bernard become main cast season 6.
That's true.
I mean, good for them. They deserve it. They
were around for all the time.
It's interesting that this is the only time we're going to get a Rose and Bernard story. I think it is quite a fitting thing that it tells you everything you really need to know about those characters. We don't need a sequel to this.
No. Well, although finding out the fun fact about her having a daughter that died, I kind of want the backstory now. I want a little more Rose now. But because I do think that proves like why Rose can be this person to all these people on the island. She's been through some shit. She's got cancer, not once but twice. Her daughter died. Like now it explains so much more. Like I think a lot of times people are like, oh, we don't need to have the scene of her talking about her daughter that died. But I think it adds more. I mean, as sad as it is, because I don't need to see Rose hurt. But like that goes even to more of like why she is such a key element to being this comfort for other people is because she's lived it. She's lived some shit. So, so I could have done with another like Rose like flashback to get
maybe if season 4 didn't get cut so short, we would have gotten one.
Maybe. So jumping into our main spoiler, which this one we can spoil to all hell because my kids have seen it. Michael, not this Michael, the one on the show. Whoa! Damn Michael. Ugh. He came back to be a jackass, and Jake is not prepared. Not prepared.
He's about to get a bloodlust.
Not prepared.
Literally, the very next episode that you guys are gonna watch, we're gonna have a very upset Jake, and we've all been preparing for this. Because Jake's favorite character is Michael.
Then that was my. Oh, really? Oh, I thought you were
so
joking about
we're gonna
that.
have a very
He's a Mike. Oh man. Oh, geez.
we're gonna have a very very sad Jake next episode. So that episode that we're referring to is 2 for the Road, where Michael decides to just kill everybody.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm just a bit of a masochist, but I've been looking forward to seeing this for so long. I have been looking forward to this for so long.
I need to see his reaction when they get shot. Oh, God.
It'll be this. I'll do it. Hold on, I'll do it.
The first time I saw it, I was definitely spoiled on it in some way.
No, it'll be more than that. It'll be more than eyebrows.
Yeah.
Yeah, we might get a full facial reaction.
I'm anticipating not even just a full facial. I'm anticipating like a full body, like a. Like I'm anticipating a big
like a lean in.
Yeah, but like I think it's gonna start off as like, oh my god, and then when he shoots Livy, then it's gonna be like, wait, like I think it's because it's like it already hits you, and then she's like Michael, and he shoots, and you're like, oh shit. But yeah,
I can't wait.
Like it's gonna be bad anyway. But yes, we do know that Michael did this as the plan because then later on, a couple episodes after that, we find out that this was the plan. They had found out that Ben, which I've spoiled, said Ben very very much. I think I was okay this episode, but like it's so hard to call him Henry. It is so very hard. I don't know if you guys noticed, but I did pause very long at one point because I almost said Ben, and I was like, Henry. Did that like it was like one of those moments it took me a second. Yes, they found out that Ben was captured, so they had to make up this plan with Michael, like because they had Michael captured at this point, and they were like, you know what, we decided to let you go because we kind of need Ben back because he's kind of a big deal around here. But yeah, so that is leading up to all of that, which is going to lead us to our finale of Jack wanting this beautiful trade, but it's not how Jack envisioned.
It's not going to go how Jack plans. Oh, when that trade happens, we're also going to get the explosion of the hatch, correct?
Yeah.
So Ben planting that seed in Locke's head now that he never pressed the button. It's gonna grow. It's gonna grow into a beautiful pink flower that takes over the entire sky for a moment.
As someone who loves John Locke, we're gonna get to "I Was Wrong," which is not his finest moment.
I know.
Again, it's gonna be a moment where you can. It's like, do you show up for that one because it's like fire and water where you can't defend it?
It's a hell of an episode. I hope so.
No,
I am a download festival. I don't know what's happening with it.
We'll figure it out. But yeah, no, it's. I mean, the finale again. Also, like every episode of Lost is so like strong, standing on its own. But these finales are like, just like. They get better and better and better, and you're like, there's no way that the next one will be better. And then you're like, oh shit, oh my god, that one was even better. Oh wait, now, oh my god, this one's even better. Like, who would have thunk that Exodus could be replaced by the finale of 2 of Live Together, Die Alone? Because it's like, what? Ben's the leader? Oh my god, why are they taking our people? Oh my god, Michael got away with Walt. Like, it's like so much happens in that.
And then I think the finale of 3 is even better.
To be honest. Oh no, I mean I love Desmond and I love the Desmond flashback, but they just have so many good finales. Exodus is so good. Mm-hmm. The series finale is so good. Season 5 has a great finale. Mm-hmm. I think season 4 might be weak. Season 3, Through the Looking Glass, like it's tough to compete.
Yeah, no, they're all just so amazing. So yeah, we're only a few short episodes away from that, but yeah, I did mention we are gonna get Walt back. For about
kind of
like
in a weird angle because
he'd already gotten
now
to be
like
so
6
tall.
feet tall.
Right,
so.
right. Yeah, they have him crouched down and he barely stands up. But yeah. Also, I mean, bringing up Walt though too, like, okay, so Walt's been captured, right, from the raft. He's been with these other people. He finally escapes with his dad. To like, we're gonna talk about this. They get off the island, like, and he's like, even you see it on his face as the boat is driving away. Of like, why are people like bound and gagged? Like, Dad, what is going on? You know? And then for his dad to lay all of it on there, like they bring that up in like these later seasons of like, you told him all of that? Like, what is wrong with you? Like, you're such an asshole. Like, who would have thunk that Michael would have been the bad parent? Who would have thunk it? Poor Walt. Poor Walt. You got a shit in stick here. Brian, Susan, and Michael. Fuck.
I mostly feel for Howard Parano that he had to be written out because Walt decided to go through puberty.
Yeah, I honestly thought, I mean, I think, yes, it brings an element to the story that we, you know what I mean? Because then that brings us into even more of the others, like, because then that's how we start season 3. But, like, I don't know. I feel like we could have, like, let Walt just, like, fall off the ocean floor and be done. Like, yeah,
Walt is dead and we never saw him again.
Right, and, like, Michael just, like, they could have done something where they could have done an Alex with Ben. They could have done an Alex with Ben killing Walt in front of Michael.
I think they just should have cast a child who had short parents who wasn't going to get tall so quickly. Like, I think that's the actual solution here.
Well, this is why you don't cast kids in something that's supposed to be drawn out like this.
Yeah, especially when they filmed the pilot and then it was like a year before they got to the second episode.
Right, like. Exactly. So I love that later on when he appears to Locke when Locke has been shot by Ben and he like appears, he's like a giant and you're like, this was only like 2 days ago that you left. Yeah. So anyway, anything else that we want to spoil?
Yeah, I do enjoy that. I feel like this is one of the mysteries that goes the longest with being unsolved. The pallet drop that they don't explain until the new man in charge. The ending,
the epilogue that Kristen still hasn't watched.
I'm waiting.
Oh, really?
I didn't even know it existed until we started this podcast. So
it's fun. It's like 15 minutes, and they're just
I don't know how I've missed it, but like, yeah, they brought this up, and I was like, "What are you guys talking about?" And they're like,
yeah, they just explain there's like automated drones that they never shut down that keep dropping food off.
Interesting. Yeah, no, it's like when they were telling me about this when we first started the podcast, I was like, did you guys just envision this shit? And they're like, no, this is like a whole like 15-minute episode. And I was like, wait, what? I don't know how I missed it. Definitely on my radar. But I wanted to finish the series and then watch it, so.
Fair. It's also the first time they mentioned Frogger, who's going to pop up a few times. It's a side character. It's a really fun side character, so he's kind of an asshole.
Frogger.
He gets flaming arrowed, right?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Right in the
He's
chest.
definitely taken out by a flaming arrow. But yes. All right. Well, that is it for spoiler section of S.O.S. Definitely tune in for the next episode because it's going to be even crazier. But with that, in the meantime, like, comment, subscribe so you don't miss that next episode because it's going to be crazy. And also let us know about all your love for Rose and Bernard. Also, if you have a spoiler, please put like spoiler and then like make 5,000 spaces so Jake doesn't read it.
Right. Spoiler, enter dot, enter dot, enter dot, enter dot, enter dot. Because if he has to click see more, he won't click see more if he knows it's a spoiler. But if you just like write up, you just say spoiler and then you start writing, he's just going to keep reading.
He can't help himself.
He can't help himself.
He can't help himself. With that, we'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye.